Good morning, and welcome to Coffee with Christine. I am your host and founder of This Side of Chaos Women's Empowerment Coaching. In 2017, I had been an overweight, unfulfilled single mom for over 10 years to a young son. When I went through a health scare in 2018, I found the path to my purpose. Today, I am here to show you how you can create the life you want, find the love you crave, even if you've been single for years. It all starts with self-love and coffee. Lots and lots of coffee. Let's get started with today's daily dose of love and caffeination.
Good morning, everyone. I am Christine. I am the founder of This Side of Chaos, and I am so excited to have you joining me here this morning on episode 154 of Coffee with Christine. So, I am a certified master life coach. I work in women's empowerment, and I help bring you from meek little kitten to sexy goddess in just a short amount of time. I build your confidence into feeling really good about yourself. And I do that using my UT coaching method. And I'm going to go into all that in a couple of weeks because we're building up to this. But I've got so much wonderful stuff coming up this month that I am so thrilled to be able to share with you. But this week, we're going to be talking about the essential breakup companion. And there have been so many women that I've been noticing on these relationship sites that are struggling to during their breakups. And so I decided to create this whole webinar that will help walk you through from beginning to end, understanding why things are going south on you, to understanding, how to talk during the relationship. So I'll get into all that at the end over here. But today we're going to be talking about levels of intimacy. And it's so fascinating. We don't realize how intimacy plays into our lives until you look further into it or you're missing it. So there's different levels. There's 4 that I was able to identify, and I would love to hear if you guys think of if there's any more. But there's the level of acquaintance. You are a little more guarded and less likely to be throwing all your information out there with an acquaintance. There's friend, where it's someone who you trust, you've built a bond with, you spent time together, and you've built over time that trust and that closeness. You have family members. You are never going to connect with someone the way that you connect with your mom. She's the lady who wiped your butt for years. You know what I mean? So there's a certain intimacy level that comes with being members of a family. But then over time, you find your lover, your spouse, your significant other, and that takes intimacy to a whole new level that you haven't experienced. So those are the different types: acquaintance, friend, family, and lover. And all of these play into the different roles of our lives. We fill the capacity. When we're missing a friend, we notice it. When we're missing a lover, we notice it. When we're having a struggle with our family, we're noticing these intimacy issues, right? So what are some of the things that I've noticed help create fulfilling, intimate relationships? It's going to be emotional bonding, emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, experiential intimacy, and spiritual intimacy. So fulfilling relationships typically have all 4 of those components outside the physical aspect. And when you're missing one of those key components, you're not in as fulfilling a relationship as you think you are. So if you are unable to bond emotionally with the person that you're the most intimate with, that you're spending the most time with, that you're most around, but you can't share your thoughts, you can't share your feelings, and they don't feel the same way, that they can't express themselves, there is a lack of deep connection there. Because if you can't express how you're feeling to someone, then your feelings don't feel valid, which your feelings define you as a person. So if you can't express that, that is never going to be a fulfilling relationship. Intellectual capacity. you have to be able to match or meet the person. Now, I've known relationships where one person was significantly smarter than the other, but the other person was able to keep up. You can't have a super intellectual person and someone who is not that intellectual and have it work really well. It can work, but it might not work to the full capacity. There's going to be that key component that's missing. Experiential intimacy. This is where you go through experiences together, where you go through either similar try my coffee. Oh, coffee. Similar life experiences, but you are also able to connect over the ones that you go through together. So if you're not able to bond over past experiences, you're not able to connect and see where that person's coming from. And the last, if you are not on the same spiritual page, it makes it difficult. Again, these can work, but there's going to be something missing and you can't put your finger on it. It's one of these components. That's what's missing. Emotional, intellectual, experiential, or spiritual. So fulfilling relationships have built into all of these over time. Now, you can have a relationship, but again, it's you're going to miss it. You're going to miss something. And that is when things start going south, because you're going to start looking for what's missing with someone else, or your partner is going to look for that missing key component to someone else. Set yourself up for success and make sure that when you do commit to a person, that you have all these boxes checked. It's so important to be able to give yourself that leg up to be able to have a successful relationship. So my 3 tips for being able to build intimacy and have a really good, rock solid relationship. Take time to understand and know your lover before you jump into the relationship. Studies have shown 3 years is a really good time frame. You've had the chance to really see how they react and go through things, and they can do the same for you. Make sure that you are on the same page on what you want out of life. If you want to get married and they have no interest in it, it's not going to work. One of you is going to be missing what you need, and it's so important to be on the same page. Also, be willing to stand up for what you need. If you need love and attention and that person doesn't need love and attention, you have to be able to tell them, hey, you know what? I understand you're not overly affectionate, but I do need a little bit of attention, or, I need flowers on occasion. Tell them what you need to feel fulfilled in your relationship, because if you're not going to be able to stand up for your needs, you're not going to be happy. That's when the cheating commences. So your intimacy abilities, your ability to build on your intimacy level is going to guarantee the success or the failure of your relationship. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of information about the different types of intimacy, the 4 types of the 4 types of intimacy, the 4 levels of intimacy, and what you guys would need. Now, if you or someone that you know is going through this heart-rendering process of a breakup, or they think they're going to break up, or they think someone's going to break up with them, I have a guide that I've put together that I'm going to be launching a webinar Saturday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, to walk you through exactly what the breakup is, what to say during the breakup in a way that's good and true to who you are. We're going to talk about standing your ground and owning your worth. So on the days where you're like, well, you know what, maybe I really shouldn't have broken up with that person, or do I really want to go through with this breakup? This is going to be the perfect backup plan to remind you. This is going to be your best friend when your best friend's not available to talk you down off the ledge about getting back together with someone who you're breaking up with, okay? This is also going to give you the exact exercise that will help allow you to release the pain and what you've gone through in this relationship in a healthy way to help you start the healing process to move on. So it takes you from the very start to the very finish of the breakup process. It's going to be about about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on how many people show up, how much interaction I get. So we're going to be there for a while talking about all this, but you guys are going to get the workbook on the Teachable page. So if you haven't signed up on Teachable, I'll post that later. But you guys get a workbook. You guys are going to get from A to Z how to go through a breakup, whether you're the one initiating or whether you're the one who's been broken up with. It'll walk you through it all. Okay. So thank you all so much for watching. I am going to go and sip on my coffee and go and get my day started. I hope you all go and live with the utmost passion. Thank you so much for watching. And here is the link to the webpage. We're going to be going live on Facebook, but if you need the workbook, if you want the workbook, let me get this here. I am going to post sorry guys, I should have had this up. Decided Chaos Teachable. So the free resources area is where you guys are going to get the ability to sign in and get the workbook. So I will be posting the workbook there. Let me get this here. So free resources. I will get, you know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and get you the link in just a little bit. I will post that shortly. Let me get out of here. You guys go and have a wonderful, amazing day. Go and live today with the utmost passion. Who are you working on for your intimate relationship? I want to know. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.